Hello, Virgo, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racy, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. This is for Virgo suns and those with strong or significant Virgo placements in their chart. So if you know what house Virgo rules and what's in there, you might be able to get some really specific insights into a certain area of your life, right? So, for those of you not familiar with me or the channel, please keep in mind I have no filter. I do not sugarcoat my messages. I just read how I read, and I'm always very respectful of you with that. I give you the opportunity to sign off now if that is not your thing. Otherwise, we're totally getting into this energy for December. So, Virgo, just right off the bat, I got the 28 breaking down to a 10, a straight up 10, after the storm, which is a 1. I've got the 10 of swords, the sun, which is another break it down to a 10, a 10 of cups, and I've got 3 court cards. I mean, I've got 10s all over the place. Literally 5 10s and a 1. And the only other numbers are 422. So maybe it's a synchronicity for you. Maybe 422 is an important date for you, or you're just seeing 4s with 2s and shit. But lots of 10s, right? Breaking down to a lot of 1s. So I started with my Rainbow Warrior activation deck. We got card number 28 and 10. These I pulled as an integration energy. I asked Spirit, what are you integrating for the month of December, right? What energy is Virgo integrating for the month? And card number 28 is intention. Card number 10 is the crown chakra. Now, there's a lot of cards in this deck, and they look very, very different. These 2 cards just so happen to look very similar, and I'm not surprised, being that they're both vibrational 10s, right? Intention, card number 28, is foundation, creation, concentration, attraction, belief, projection, and the blueprint. Intention is the foundation of an idea being called into manifestation. I'm going to repeat that. Intention is the foundation of an idea being called into manifestation. It creates an energetic blueprint, including the idea to be fulfilled and everything needed to bring the idea into completion, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. There is purpose in all things. So it's important to take heart in your current situation. Consider the foundation you are sitting upon and exactly what intention created it. What need has already been met? What need has it left you with? Our intentions often stem from a limited view of our situation. If that's the case, you may want to elevate your intention to a less limited concept like happiness, fulfillment, stability, or an easy flow. Leave the creative judgment to your higher realms, right? Which is why the crown chakra ends up being so important, because it's the inspiration, the access point. It is the elevation, the opportunity, and the bliss link. It says, crown chakra, the more information you have in any situation can be the difference between joy and grief, being alone or lonely, powerful or forceful, and knowledge or wisdom. You are being asked to reserve action and carefully evaluate your judgment right now. Things are not exactly as they seem, and an expanded awareness is necessary. At any point within an experience or situation, you can stop and take a moment for yourself to be mindful of what you're feeling and access your inner wisdom. Take time to visualize the outcome you want, asking your expanded self if it's the absolute best outcome for you at this time. And then notice your emotions and your body's response to it. Do you feel conflicted in any way? If so, focusing on resolving that is the next step. It goes to the next step. Once you set your intention and align it with the highest good, the highest vision, once you take your intention and align it to an open and healthy, balanced crown chakra energy within yourself, within your being, you manifest You manifest much better. You can always leave something better than you found it. Always. You can believe that. You can set the intention. That's the blueprint. Everything you touch, you want to just leave the experience better than it was before you walked into it. Just want to leave an imprint of something inspirational in the mind of someone, in their memory. Whatever it is. After the storm is the guidance card. And it came out, I believe, for Aquariuses too. So if you have strong aqua placements or no one aqua, it might be pertaining to that person or the situation. That energy. After the storm is about the necessary in the storm. Okay, it says there is a thunderstorm about, and it's either headed your way or just passing through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than what it is, though. You don't have to fear it. You might even feel excitement about it. After all, a thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With a release of tension, relief and freedom soon follow, often with a fresh perspective and perhaps the gift of a promising, hopeful vision for your future. Perhaps the particular storm building within you or around you is causing you to quake in your boots. You may also sense that these are forces operating beyond your control, and you would be right. There is in life and in the creative process a need to allow for wild storms. There will be those precious moments of peace beforehand and the release and revitalization that follows. Yet the storm in the middle is essential. It is a natural part of the creative process. Without this building and releasing of energy, we would suffer from boredom and stagnancy. You may prefer the excitement of the storm, or the fresh, open feeling that accompanies its clearing. You may find it confronting to be faced with the power of something in which you can only participate rather than control. Either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. The storm, it's been this theme of alchemization, transitioning from one thing to another, and it's the in-between moment where the one thing is actually becoming the second thing. It's the transition in between. And that's what this energy is. Virgo is learning this Virgoian energy that we all do have, right? Know where it makes sense for you, no matter how many Virgos you know. Know how these energies make sense for you, because this energy is about setting goals, setting very broad and yet all that matters type goals. Like wanting to be happy, wanting to feel fulfilled and satisfied with life and everything you do. Being at peace, right? All these different goals. Having life be easy, be stable, having more money than the fuck we know what to do with. It's about getting into this energy where you can intend to create something wonderful through feeling and be surprised at how the feeling comes to you in the experience. Right now, if you're separated or apart from people or separated from your ultimate vision, right, this thing that you long for, know that this is just the space in between that's getting you to what you always wanted. It's time for you to rest and relax. It's essential. Like when we talk about the next card that I have, this was from my Whispers of Love deck, and I pull it as an action card, an unconditionally loving action we could take in alignment with the goals, in alignment with the healing. Being effective and efficient. This is about knowing that we all have a fundamental need to take breaks. We all get to rest and relax. It's a part of it. While maybe other things are moving around and realigning and your system's defragmenting, you know what I mean? You could do something else for you. You don't have to focus on whatever it is, that's getting you to the alignment. You just got to focus on the feeling that aligns with it, and that's just doing what feels good. Doing what feels right in the moment. The milestone is the High Priestess card, and this is all about understanding that what you see and sense and feel is meant for you. It's all in the realm of feeling. It's all in the intuitive realm. There's no actual visualization. Like, we put pictures to it because that's how we consciously see things, but what we're actually always manifesting is the feeling. If you just look back at every time you visualized and what it felt like to visualize it, it wasn't the actual vision you were visualizing the entire time. It was the feeling. The same feeling the whole time. We get distracted with what we think the vision of that looks like, and forget that we're manifesting the feeling behind that vision. And then when we don't see what we thought it was, and the feeling shows up in a different way, we turn it away because, well, that's not the way we pictured it. You know what I mean? It's not the way I thought it was going to go down. That's not the way I thought this story was going to be written. Yeah, but it is, though. Yeah, but it is, though. Right? So as we get into the actual tarot, we started out with the Ten of Swords, and I said, okay, what the fuck is this, Spirit? You know what I mean? Like, that's a way to start off the month. What is this Ten of Swords energy where, you know, this rat mouse is being stabbed, right, 10 times? It's this betrayal at the beginning. Well, what's the betrayal? Right, Spirit? What the fuck's the betrayal? And it has to do with the Sun and the Ten of Cups. And I feel like, because the Ten of Swords also represents like a mental death, it's getting over the idea, or being hurt by, caused a lot of grief by, maybe feeling betrayed in your experience. I feel as if it's possible with the Sun card that there's a child involved, just because the Sun traditionally usually has a child on it with the horse. It symbolizes children, youth at the very least. It symbolizes youth. But it could be like it's someone's emotional fulfillment. It's someone's light of their life. It's the reason why they do everything that they do. And they feel betrayed by life, in a sense that maybe this isn't what they thought it would be or wanted it to ever be. It's not how they pictured it. And it hurts, right? It causes a lot of mental anguish or grief. Like, it weighs really, really heavy on the mind, that they could feel this strong intensity and love for this light energy, and yet it brings out such a darkness in them, right? A dark sun. It brings out a dark energy where there's a lot of sadness and grief involved, and you feel like you're constantly being not considered from other people, right? Feeling like you're not being considered with other people, that people are just taking stabs at you all the time and not considering your feelings. Like, yo, you just stabbed me, it hurt. And they're just like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they'll stab you again. It's like, well, what the fuck? You're still stabbing me. Like, just because I'm not freaking out and crying like a bitch every time you stab me, don't mean it doesn't hurt. I'm taking fucking stab wounds, you know what I mean? Like, you're stabbing at me, and I'm trying not to flip on you and stab you back. Because that's how Virgo's kind of feeling at the beginning of the month. Like, you just keep stabbing me over and over and over when it comes to what I love, that is the light of my life, that is my emotional fulfillment, brings out the best in me, right? Brings out the best in me. And you're telling me that, you know, I can't be with this energy, or I can't have this energy, I can't manifest this energy. Virgo's having a real hard time, right? Really hard time. And come the second week, they're in this King of Wands energy. But this King of Wands energy is really starting to be able to shift and morph and blend in, this chameleon energy in spirit with those in its environment. Like, it's starting to become the beauty of the environment around it. So someone has been around really positive energy or really beautiful healing energy, and it's literally starting to pull someone up into that rank, right, into that vibration where they're starting to blend in with the same beauty. They're becoming a part of it, a unique part of it. The beautiful big picture. And then we have the Heart and the Spirit of Swords, the Queen and the King of Swords, and they are facing each other. And they are facing each other. And this is, you know, dual air sign energy, so you may have significant air placements in your chart. They might, you know, this is strong Libra and Aquarius specifically. Of course, it can, still be Gemini, but it's definitely Libra and Aquarian energy. These two people facing each other, I think the Heart of Swords, the Queen of Swords, whoever this is, makes their presence known and their perspective known first. I think they face it head on, and I think they do it first, come the third week of the month. I think that's the highlight. That this Heart of Swords, it's someone speaking the truth from their heart space. Someone seeking understanding so that things can maintain balance. Because, the shadow side of Libra is, people think about people pleasing, right? Because the Queen of Swords is the Libra card. They think about people pleasing. But in the higher honor of that energy's light, it's the idea that they would consider another enough to be a people pleaser to begin with. That they would actually consider another in the greater scheme of things in order to create the balance. Because what happens is when everybody is so self-focused, not caring how it affects anybody else, that's when a mistake happens. Oh, it was an accident. Oh, I didn't mean what I said. Oh, I didn't mean for that to upset. You know what I mean? They're considering, right? They're considering. It's a heartfelt truth. It's a heartfelt truth. The King of Swords and the Spirit of Swords is a matured vision. So the last week of the month, Virgo, I feel like you're just simply seeing things from a higher perspective. Even if all these court cards are you in some way, right? Even if they're mirroring in other people, they're all still you and your energy and what you're going through, right? You're morphing. You start with the chameleon and your beauty morphs. From the Heart of Swords, the Queen, to the Spirit of Swords, the King. There's an evolution in the character. And it starts with the death of the character. If you think about rat or mouse energy, it's always like taking. It's like that. You go through a complete evolution. You literally go from the dead rat to a King of Wands, committing to your beauty in the world, your understanding of how important that is, to be the beauty in the world, to expressing a very honest and heartfelt truth, and truly seeing things from a greater perspective. You've grown emotionally in your truth, because you've always known, right, High Priestess? You've always known. I really hope this helps you understand how important it is for you to be able to relax, to be able to allow things to transition, because when you do, it happens very smoothly, very flawlessly. Like, you can be inspired to just be the best version of yourself you can be in all of its facets, whether it's fire or heart or air or intuition. Doesn't matter. All you know is you feel betrayed because something that you love is not in your life the way you wish it was. And thinking about what you love makes you sad. And that forces a huge shift, a huge maturing throughout the month of December. So, with that said, if you want more from me, Virgo, all my information is in the description. Until next time, guys, I am signing off. Remember always to love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Take care, everybody.